All right, Shalom. First of all, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rachakodash. Of course, double honor to the elders and apostles that create Millstone, who are well, peace and salutation to the elect. The elect, that is the 144,000, Hanabayayim, the prophets, the all men, which will be the leaders of the governing body of the nation, under, of course, Yahushai, Malak Dawadah, King David, and on down. Of course, you have the rest of the 144, well, the rest of actually speaking about the 1/3, which will be the believers, which are men, women, and children, all right, which will listen and hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the prophets, which the prophets will come and prophesy unto them, and obviously come back to the life that's in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, of course, getting this breath, the wisdom breathed into them, okay, the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, and we'll receive that what? That's the Wah, which is the mark of exemption from judgment, which is very important because it is upon us. The spirit and time of judgment is upon us, okay? It's happening. We're seeing all types of very strange calamities that are occurring. I mean, I'm seeing brutal deaths that's being done. You know, people getting put to death by chicken sandwich, you know, going to get a chicken sandwich and, you know, getting put to death and stuff, getting stabbed up, and this is madness that's going on. You have a lot of the different families are turning up against each other, friends against friends, kingdom against kingdom, Egyptian against Egyptian. All of these prophecies are happening at this time. So, you know, we're in the time of prophecy, we're in the time of judgment. Akim got to get turned up, get this understanding, and stay within the spirit and walk in the spirit. Okay, so, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we just going to do this lesson. I'm the brother Mafa. You got the brother here.
Yeshaya.
For the Great Millstone Playing Tables Camp here located in Philadelphia. All right, just here to prophesy. So, yeah, the spirit of prophecy is what you ought to be about. Okay, that's what the men of old were into. You know, as, you can get me real quick in the Apocrypha. I believe it's what, Sirach, maybe, what was that, 35 or 39? About 39. Yep. Starting around 39 top. Okay, being within prophecy is a good thing, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so right now we should be turned up. The fire should be lit. The understanding should be on. Okay. So we're going to read this right here.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies."
Right, so you have brothers when you give your mind onto this truth, onto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is you're going to give obviously your mind and all your strength, all your might, okay? Everything in Napash, Napash, I believe it's Napash Ka in your soul, or Ba Napash Ka in your soul, you're gonna give 100%. You're gonna be occupied within prophecies.
When you read about the apostles, the disciples, their main concern was, you know, the kingdom coming. That was their main concern, you know,
right? The
return of the Lord.
Yeah. That's important, you know. When is you can pull that up? Restore the kingdom unto Israel, real quick. We gonna just to prove it, you know. You know the men of old, when Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his pure name and his only name, his pure name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay. He, of course, when he walked amongst the other disciples, okay, which later became sent out, Shalayachim, all right, the apostles, they asked this, okay, so to the Lord, Adonai, or Adonai, our Lord. Read.
This is Acts chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?"
Right, so they asked, you know, Yahweh Shai, is this time you're going to restore the rulership to Israel? Because we were underneath Edomite rulership, being the Romans, okay, at the time, in which we're again in this last leg, the fourth beast, okay, the reincarnation, the divided kingdom, all right, of the Edomites, which you have, of course, they are divided amongst each other. You can clearly see it within the politics, within all of the different divisions and the different disputes that are occurring within the NATO, the EU, the Brexit, different politics within the American, their system and such, which is all a Roman system. Okay, all have Senate, they have presidents, men of politics dealing with different, what they say, supposed to be men of good sense and such, but they're not that. Okay, it's a bunch of confusion. But we, of course, are asking that when we gonna have that kingdom restored unto Yashala. That's what we want. Okay, we don't want to be oppressed under these as it tells you about what's that in Isaiah? It might be the 26th chapter. They talk about like cruel lords have begun to rule over us. You know what I'm talking about? Amawan brought it out the other day. Let me see. I might pull it up real quick. Let's see. I think it's like Isaiah 26. Like just look and skim through it. Bear with us, Hakim, as we get this precept. We doing this lesson to the Rechak Kodash. We cover it in the prophesy. Wait, let me see. Not that one. It may be in that chapter though. Hold on, slide it. But try to look in 26 Isaiah. Let's see. Or Yeshaya. It's a part of Yeshaya. Like if you literally put in blue letter cruel lords begin to rule, you can it'll pop up. So you could try that too. And if it's not this, it's another one. You got it? Pull up? No? Alright, let me see. Oh shoot, Slocky. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna try to put begin to rule. I know there's one in Sirach or in the Prophet as well, but damn. Might have to look in Google. It's like that's what they say. All fails, go to Google. Let's see, cool. Yeah, 19.4. That's what you had normally originally got. Let me see. I gotta look at it. That might be that. It may be that. All right. Okay. You see it right? Well, oh yeah, all right, kind. Yeah, I believe that's it. It's like you bring it out. Well, put it in the blue letter, so I get. Or read in the blue King James, whatever.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts."
Right. So you go, of course, into this in the scriptures when it speak about, when you go in here before it speaks about how the Lord is going to come on a swift cloud, right? He going to come into Egypt, which obviously modern day Egypt is America, right? We start at 2.
It's Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom.
Right, in which we see that at this time, we see that the modern day Pharaoh being, of course, these Edomites, okay? And you go into it with the Ptolemies and stuff, you got that, you had Edomites ruling in, of course, Egypt, okay? You got Alexandria in Egypt and such, all right? Alexander, his 4 generals and such. You had, I believe that was Ptolemy, if I'm not mistaken, that ruled in Egypt, okay? If I'm not mistaken. Real quick, check that real quick. I just want to make sure. This put Ptolemy, or Ptolemy, that's how you pronounce it, yeah. Right. Roman Empire, and they got like different ones. So, yeah, over the province of Egypt. Correct. All right. Yep. So right there. Okay. Yeah. So you had that lineage. All right. That of course ruled Egypt, Matazarium. Okay, or Egypt, which is a Greek term. All right. So right now, and that's the Edomite. Now you had the Lord literally turn and set them against each other. The Edomites against the Edomites. All right. Their house divided. Reading on further.
God. Verse 3 says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Right, in which we see, of course, the spirit of Egypt, the wicked Edomites, okay, which are ruling, they rule right now. They're starting to fail because they're being revealed.
Yeah, it says the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and we seen that, man. These people, when their holidays, when their hell days come up, they don't even really celebrate it like that, man. They don't even get in that happy ass, go lucky spirit that they be in.
It was a different spirit out there. Like I could even speak when we was back in the world, it was a whole different spirit. People was really heavy into it.
Lively.
Now when you see it's like kind of like people going through the motions. It's turned up and folly, but it's not that same spirit because the Lord is bringing down these different idols, the different spirit. The Lord is actually removing the different power of that witchcraft that these Edomites have done with, their different various elites, okay, that they go and they conjure up, call upon these different spirits, familiar spirits, to come against the children of Israel, come against the people that are upon the earth, just to put that enchantment upon them. Now that's starting to fail, okay, because the Lord, he's going to visit all of these different idols when he comes, all right, and the Lord is already starting to visit the earth, as you see through these different events that are occurring, judgment is coming down. So the spirit of Egypt is failing, all right. Verse 4.
It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts.
Yep. Yeah, so you said, and the Egyptians will I give over into a cruel Lord, right? You have a Lord, which is what? He's a what? A master and such, okay? And you said, and a fierce king shall rule over him, said the Lord of hosts. All right, now switch. I want you to switch back to where we our original point, which is back to we of course asking the Lord when the kingdom is going to be restored unto us, okay? Because that's what the prophets asked for, okay? They inquired to the Lord, when is that going to come, okay? And so now you could go to like your Matthew 24 real quick, and then we'll just go from there back to prophecy.
This is Matthew chapter 24 verse 3. It It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, so you see these different prophecies are coming to pass, in which the Lord warned the disciples, which later came apostles. They had asked and inquired about it, and so of course the apostles, the ones that were prophets that were, apostles, which they are prophets coming back in the reincarnation. And you have it, they come back again, which we'll get real quick. Get that revelation, I think. 10 and 11. Right? Just straight to the point. 10 and 11, yep.
This is Revelation chapter 10, verse 11. It says, and he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings.
Right, which this was John the Revelator. All right, one of the apostles that was he was exiled. All right, banished to the island of Patmos by, of course, Domitian, okay, a Roman emperor. Okay, so it says that he received this revelation, these different visions. All right, on the Isle of Patmos. So it was told, right, by angel. All right, that he must what? He must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. So that means that reincarnation is true.
God.
He would have to come back, and in order for it to fulfill that Matthew 24, to be able to see that, he would have to be here.
God.
Okay, to be able to prophesy, right? So he would have to be a prophet, and he would have to be able to speak and be within prophecy. So that's why the men of old are within the spirit of prophecy, because they were those men, okay, that were given these prophecies. They were given these different things, which is what, as it tell you right there, they were in my mouth as honey, very sweet. But as soon as I eaten it up, you devour this book as if it's what? This word is as food for thought, okay? It's that as Yahushua is that bread from that bread that came down from heaven. Okay, so you have to devour it up in your brain, your spirit, okay? And then, of course, as it brings on what? Much grief and sorrow. There's a precept on that, right? You pull it up, with much, what was that? Was wisdom come? Something like that. Grief. Pull it up real quick. Because these prophecies that the men of the Lord are getting, it's not something that's light. It's kabbalah. It's heavy. The prophets which are in old time, they were men of high stature, and they was even fearful when they seen these things. They received these revelations, as you had Ezra saying, "Woe is me," woe is me, in those days,
This is this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 18. It says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Right. When you, of course, increase, which look at that word increase, it might be multiply, rabah maybe. All right, they got increases yasap, like yawasap. Let me see, yasap, right? Yeah. Which yep, to add.
Yeah, it says to add, increase. Let me see. Yeah.
Like Joseph, right?
Okay.
Yawasap. All right, wait, hold up. Right? Let me see, hold up. Yawasap is like John. Yachana. Wait, no, it's like it.
Yahusab, yeah, is Joseph.
Okay, there you go. All right. We'll
says he will add.
Okay, con. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Which that go with, but like Vanessa and stuff. It's like, I gotta go back and check on that. But yeah, con. So, for in much wisdom is much grief. Okay. it's not light. What the Lord was a man acquainted with much grief.
Yeah, kind of. If you know anything about anybody with intelligence, they're not the happiest people. They're very sorrowful people.
Right.
Like they have a saying, ignorance is bliss. Like a lot of people that aren't knowledgeable, you lost in the sauce. You don't really know what's going on. You just happy as can be. It's like a child.
Right.
A child doesn't have that wisdom, so they don't know,
The danger.
Yeah, kind.
Like the child don't know that the actual stove is hot until he touch it and get burnt.
Yeah,
All right, and then he know, oh shoot, I better not touch that. So if you know that obviously due to the prophecies that it's gonna be some heavy times and heavy days, you would be, of course, in much grief too. Yahweh Shai, when he came down here, who the world even called Jesus Christ, he knew he had to die for the for the nation of Israel. He was to die for his sins, and of course for the nation of Israel's sins, starting with the elect. That's a heavy cup to take. You go back into it. Actually, you could get about the account with when he if this cup be taken from me, get that real quick.
This is Matthew chapter 26, verse 39. It says, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
Right. So you even had Yahweh Shai himself who prayed unto Yahweh, right? Two separate entities. He ain't praying to himself because, they got people that think. I think ain't that's a new thing going on again. Okay. They keep reading with these different Christians. They coming up that they can't. They're saying, like a certain something with vocab or something. Something happened.
Yeah, they coming up. With
coming up with these same madness and stuff. Yahweh Shai wasn't praying. He praying to himself. He the Father, like a Trinity, which they go into that whole Trinity thing. It's separate between the entity, okay, of the Most High, and you have Yahweh Shai, Son, only begotten Son. All right. Yeah. Point. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yahweh Shai, like the brother was saying, Yahweh Shai had that knowledge of what's to come, and that's a very grievous, sorrowful thing. And it's like, brothers, we have that knowledge of what's to come. Now we know, the Most High is gonna protect us, and He's gonna get us through that time. But it's still gonna be hard times. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. Like, we know that, and it's described in the scriptures. So it's like, we are confident, we have the faith. All right, that we will be delivered, and if we were to die, we keep our integrity, and we will be, of course, coming back in the chariots with, of course, Yahweh Shai, the rest of the angels, the hosts. Okay, we still know that's still heavy lot.
Yeah, in Acts 14:22 it says, through much tribulation must we enter into the kingdom. Now, brothers might think they catching hell right now. Right. That's not gonna compare, to the times to come. When all hell breaks loose, famine, different pestilences. You're gonna be
persecution.
You're gonna be deprived of certain luxuries that we've been afforded at this time, like food, water, electricity,
safety. Like we, in a sense, we do have like shelter and such, and like we do have a house, here, different homes and places where we have refuge and such. But it's gonna come way, like I said, you might not have physically a house or nothing like that. You just have to run in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Be in that inaccessible tower and such. Have that Magan, that shield, do your house shot. All right? You ain't going to know, but you going to do the spirit. You're going to rely. But obviously, at the same time, you're going to have in fear because obviously, you don't want the Lord to judge you by, of course, what? The wicked sins you have done. You want to be, of course, have that tender mercy of David, having the different sins that you've done been blotted away through the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Having that knowledge of the hell to come, no one would willingly want to go through that, but we know what comes at the end of that. We know that it's required of us. The same way Yahweh Shai knew it was required of him to die on the cross so he can receive his kingdom. We know we have to go through all these tribulations, these hard times, these evil times, these perilous times to get the kingdom, but besides that, no one would, willingly want to go through that. But we know what we're gonna get after that.
Yep. Give me what is it? Second Ezra 7.
Okay.
Or it might be 6. Like, let me see. Yeah, it might be 7, right? Talk about like fire on one side. You know what I mean? Fire on one side, water on the other side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
See, the second Ezra 7 chapter are. Yeah, hold up. Sorry, let me see. Maybe type fire on one side or fire and water. I'm gonna find it.
This one, 7 and 7.
Yep. Yeah, and you just start up a little bit higher.
Okay. Where you want me to start?
Where you at?
Second Ezra 7.
All right, second Ezra 7 chapter. Okay. 7 Ezra 7. All right.
You just started at 1.
Yeah, you can start talking.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 1. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case the entrance were narrow and like a river, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it. If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left hand a deep water.
Right, so to get to the kingdom, like I say, that's a very narrow path and such. All right, and like I say, not everybody's gonna get through, as it's gonna help and describe. Read.
God, it says, in one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right. So, as you see, like every brother wake up one by one. Okay, you might not see, like, they'd be like, wait, 144. Wait, this elect servant sealed up. This thing a bit slow. Okay. You know how it goes, because the Lord does it the way he does it. But like I say, it ain't for you to be counting. Okay, lead up to Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Just know that it's a very narrow path. Okay, you have to go through a straight gate, a position of difficulty. That's what every brother got to go through in order to inherit this kingdom.
And it says that only one man could go through at once. That's why you have to, it says to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right. You can't really, we depend and rely on a brotherhood, but you have to, search it within yourself and trust to have that faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. You got to work out your own salvation. You can't lean upon another brother's faith or upon another brother's knowledge or anything of that nature. Yeah,
it's like I say, this walk, every brother going to have his own walk and relationship, personal relationship with Yahshua. All right? Where they have to, they got to go through their certain, they got to bear their own cross. Right?
The other brothers can't bear your cross for you. You got to bear your own cross.
Right. We of course gonna be there. You're gonna have a support of the Akim, but you gonna have to literally, every brother got his own amount of a burden, his cross that he has to walk.
Yeah, I can't carry my cross and help you carry your cross.
You gotta carry his own weight. Right. Which really, when you go into it, you actually cast your burdens on Yahweh Shai. Because remember, Yahweh Shai is the way. That's how you're gonna be able to make it. Okay. We really, we reaching, Yahweh Hashem El Shai got his hand, his hand ain't shortened that he cannot save. So when we going, he lighten that path so that we can walk to him, right? And see righteousness, and be in his righteousness. So really, we supposed to be, when we seeking and going after the kingdom, we going after Yahweh Shai, because ultimately, like what? Things gonna be set up how it was of old. You know, where now we gonna know good and evil, but everything's gonna be perfect. We're gonna be thumb. All right, everything gonna be complete. Okay. So, as it tell you, give me the other precept. It's talk about broad is the way for destruction. Yeah, real quick. It's like one of my favorite precepts in the world too. Get that other one too, real quick. Give me that. I am the way with Yahushua. I am the might be the truth and the life. I am the way, something like that. You can't go up no other way. Oh, this is the main precept there.
I think I put it right, Slocky. I think it's in John 10. I am
enter by me, no man can enter by me, right?
God.
Right there.
This is John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Right. You see, it said Yahushua said unto what? Not Thomas. Okay, which that's one of his disciples and such, one of the 12, right? It says he said unto him, I am the way, the rock is way, ha'amath, the truth, wa chayah, life. No man, all right, cometh unto the Father but by me. Because remember, Yahushua being that mediator, okay? He that intercessor, okay? That's how we got to get back to Yahweh, okay? Through Yahushua.
And it's like an example. If you go to court, you can't just speak out of turn and just talk to the judge. you gotta let your lawyer do the talking for you. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, Yahushua is working on our behalf, okay? Because that's how, of course, we get reconciled back onto the Most High. I mean, the relationship being made back free, because we was divorced, all right? We went and dealt with all of these different other philosophies. So
the scripture says that, our sins have separated us from our power, from the Most High Yahweh.
Yeah. So we need Yahushua. He's that perfect lamb. Sacrificial lamb without blame. We need that, okay, to be able to make it back, to have that light, all right, that war, which is in Yahushua, okay. All right, so now go get the other precept.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right. Yeah, so you have to enter ye at the straight gate, which is the Tazarah. In gate, I gotta look up in the Hebrew, is the plate, that position of difficulty. All right, to be able to enter into the kingdom, you can't go another way. You can't seek no other way. You gotta go through this straight gate, this position of difficulty, Slakia, because you're going to be purged amongst that way. Okay, all the impurities are gonna get purged out of you. Okay.
It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Right. Many people go through that way, which the way being the normal way, the way that is aside from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When you widen out the way understanding, that's easy. Okay, that's what we've done already. You have it when you got this marvelous truth, this light of war, which you can see, which is gonna light your path. That way is where you're supposed to go, not to be sitting in darkness, in the land of valley of shadow of death. Okay, you're supposed to be walking in this light. All right. Read.
It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Right, it's narrow. The way is narrow, which look up that word narrow, Baba Kasha. And only few gonna find it, right? It's going to be few that's going to be able to enter the kingdom, right? As it tell you, 2nd Esdras 8, it tell you that this, look, we might have to just read it. But he got narrow, right?
It says a compressed way. It says narrow, straightened, contracted. It says metaphorically to trouble, afflict, distress.
Right. Which that's going into, what was that for?
Narrow. Con.
So narrow is the way. So you're gonna be straightened. And it said also distress. What it said also? There's another word. There's a key word. It was compressed. Okay, as it, Esdras was telling you, going into how one man can only enter water on one side, fire on the other side. Distress, trouble. Okay, you gonna go to different tribulations, right? Okay, it's gonna be pressure that's gonna be putting on. You're gonna be tried for your integrity, right? Come on, the Lord gonna see if you integral. Okay, onto Him. Now, real quick, give me 2nd Esdras 8. And you could keep reading and then we'll go to 2nd Esdras 8 afterward. But keep reading. You about to get to the end of where the point back in that 2nd Esdras 7.
Okay, you want me to go back to 2nd Esdras?
Yep. Okay. And then we'll go back there. We'll go to 8 after that. And then the Lord did with the sons chastises.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 8. It says, in one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water.
You read any of these?
Yeah, Con.
All right,
you want me to go up?
Yeah.
Con. I'll start at 7.
Yep.
This 2nd Esdras 7 and 7. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
Right, and you got obviously Satan trying to, of course, sift you as wheat to make you fall out of this truth. Okay, he got different forms of fiery darts, to shoot at you, different distractions, but you gotta be walking the spirit. That's the most important thing for you to do in these days. Okay, to be in the spirit. Be in the spirit of prophecy and exercise the wisdom, which you're gonna get this wisdom through Yahweh Shai, who's gonna sup with you. All right, he's gonna keep feeding you wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so that you can be well instructed. Okay, and to be you be guided, all right, in the right way, all right. Yum, the rock, all right, right way, or yashar, meaning uprightness, all right.
God. It says, in one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
God. Yeah, so like I said, this is a thing of very few, all right. It's not that many, okay? As we're gonna go into, is there anything else left on that? You could keep reading, probably 10. What's it? Yeah, keep reading.
Verse 9 says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Wow.
Right, which is heavy. Now, get the creature subject onto vanity. I think this might have been what's that? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
This might be in like. Let me see. I might get it. Give us a wee moment, Slakia. Right there, 2 Peter. Wait, well, get that one. It's a precept that go with it, but about the basically the creature is subject unto vanity. Just put that in.
I think
that's it.
Romans.
Yeah.
This is Romans chapter 8 verse 20. It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of it.
All right, so actually start up a bit, Bob. Like
16, 17. Yeah. This is Romans 8 and 17. It says, and if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Right. So we gotta go to this way, do Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right, to be an inheritor of this kingdom. All right. As we've been going into, you gotta the Lord Yahweh Shai is our way. You know, He's the truth, the light. That's the way we gonna get to the kingdom. All right, not nay on our own. Okay, it's going to be a narrow path, a place that's so much different straits. All right, but Yahweh Shai is there to guide and hold our hand and get us through. Okay, even though we're gonna all the different infirmities we're gonna go through, we're gonna get purged. We got to go to different infirmities, but we're gonna get purged and be made as these precious gold. Okay, these precious stones, which we are. All right, lively stones. Read.
Verse 18 says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us."
So you have to understand that, and that's supposed to give you faith, because even though whatever we going through, all right, it's nothing compared to the reward which we're gonna receive. Like Matthew his name is gift of Yahweh. All right, Mathathiyah. All right, in the Hebrew, Mathath, which means a gift or reward, and Yah is just a shortened name of Yahweh. All right, and the disciples are what? They're going to be ones that are in the top rule, and Yahweh Shai gonna crown us. All right, Lord willing, we be the men to get this blessing. So in order for us to get to this kingdom, Hamalakwa, we gotta walk in Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the most important things that we do. Walk in Yahweh Shai, you know. Don't be relying on your own damn self. You gotta. I want that precept too. When I had quoted it before about remember we was talking about bearing your cross. Okay. Now about cast your burdens upon Him. You could just.
Yahweh Shai specifically?
Cast your burdens like.
This one in Psalms.
Yeah. Let me see it. Might be you could get your joint, and then it's just something like that. It's like I think it'd be like cast your burdens on me. But let me see. I'm gonna check. But bring out your one too. You got too.
This is Psalms chapter 55 verse 22. It says, "Cast thy burden upon Yahweh, and He shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved."
That's right. And of course, you know, Yahweh gave His Son Yahweh Shai, all right, for us to what? To call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, His Son, all right, the name of the Son, due the Father, okay. And then, of course, the Lord gonna sustain us. He gonna keep us up. He gonna make sure our needs are met, okay. The Lord knows what we need, all right. Cash. Let me get the other precept. You got another point you making?
I had another precept.
Right,
This is Matthew 11 verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
Yeah, so you gonna get rest. Remember, one of the Lord's titles is what? The King of Peace. Okay. You know, you could get that too. So look, do the precept. You gonna get the. You got ain't no way getting around Yahweh Shai. All right, He the King of Peace. All right, you know, you could go into the Yahweh Shai, they what? King of Righteousness. There's so many different titles.
Malachi Tazadah.
Yep.
God, King of Righteousness. This is Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. It says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon His shoulder, and His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace."
Right. Prince of Peace. All right. Because remember, He's under the sun, Yahweh. You know, you have it. He's a prince under Yahweh. All right. We're Shariam too. We Yasharallah, Prince of Power. All right. So Yahweh Shai is a Prince of Peace. Okay. That's another. You got different titles. Okay. Let me see. Cast ye your burden. I think it's like cast ye your burdens. Cast. Let me see. I'm gonna get it real quick. And quote it for you. Ye. I might have to Google this, John. Hold up. Saki. Give us a bear with us.
Y'all finish this out real quick. This is Matthew 11:28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Like the brother was saying, you gotta lean upon Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, It says, "Take my yoke upon you." Yeah, like we were speaking earlier about bearing your cross. You gotta bear that cross, because the more you fight it, the worse it's gonna be for you. You just gotta accept it. Yep. Like the same way Yahweh Shai, he accepted it. Yep. It says, "Not my will, but let thy will be done."
Yep. Yeah, it's all about the Most High, Yahweh's will. Not our own. Okay. It's what Yahweh will. It's not what we will. Okay. Let me see if I think it's Peter's. Let me see. I think might have messed me up. Alright, let me see. I might got it. Alright, alright. I got this other one. 1 Peter 5, but it's not the one I wanted. But it does talk about casting all the care upon him, for he cared for you. And then it tell you about, obviously, about the Satan being a roaring lion, seeking me to devour. Alright.
Where you want me to start at? 6?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 6. It says, "Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time." It says, "Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you." Okay. Want me to keep going?
You can just make the point.
Yeah, so you got to cast all your cares, all your burdens upon Yahweh Shai, not leaning upon, your own mind, your own understanding,
Yeah, carnal things. You be like, I can get this. Nah, the Lord, he'll humble you down. Know that you need him. All right. It's like the Lord is nigh to the humble, the meek. Okay. So you gotta be lowly. Even Yahweh Shai was lowly. He came as a man. Okay. And like I said, the creature was subject unto vanity. So in order to get this kingdom, we had to go through this stuff. Which that's Rome. Well, yeah. Oh, you did. We ain't probably get to it. Romans 8:20. Yeah, it's like it. All right, come.
Let me go back to it.
Yeah, and you got something else you was bringing?
No.
All right, come. Yeah, I think you probably got the precept that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I read Psalms 55. This is in Romans 8:18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High." It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope."
Right. It says that for the creature, the creation, all right, was made subject unto vanity. All right. So we had to, of course, go through, it's like it falling, okay, falling away, us going down as a nation, us being without this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and then, of course, getting this wisdom back, breathed back onto us through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, okay, to come to life, to be quickened, okay. It's all this that we got access is through Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai come in the volume of the book. He's prophecy. Okay? He's a prophet himself too. So us as sons of God, we're walking the path that Yahweh Shai walked in, Yeah, we give all praise, of course, to Yahweh Shai. All right? We have to walk in like manner and such, okay? We're going to be acquainted with grief. We're going to go through straits. We're going to have times where we're weak and such. But also, we have to know that we're going to have to fulfill that lot with what we've been placed in, regardless of how hard it's going to be, But we know we got the victory through Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. We got those palms and such, all right? You have it that the kingdom was given, Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand. He for his coming to take this kingdom. All right, us saints with Yahweh Shai. So, you know, Yahweh Shai right there with us. We gonna take down this kingdom with Yahweh Shai. Through the spirit, how about Shem Shai? We just waiting, as he rises to the prey. Okay. So as you see, like, it's all about being in subjection to prophecy and being in Yahweh Shai. Okay. That's what this all is about. Okay. Being quickened and coming to life and being dependent and subject unto our Lord. Okay. Our head, Ra'ash, being Yahweh Shai, and then Yahweh. Okay. So when I see men talk about they can't worship, you ain't supposed to worship Yahweh Shai and no other man and all this other stuff, that's foolishness. Okay, you don't understand. That man lack understanding.
Okay, I got a quick piece. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. It says, most gladly therefore will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. It says, therefore I take pleasure in my infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Yeah, so, like, we were speaking about earlier, you got to embrace, that pain, that the tribulations, the trials. You got to bear that cross. The more you embrace it, the more you showing that you have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that they're going to deliver you from all of that. The more you try to get away from it or try to fight it, in a worldly sense, you might have a bad situation job wise. Oh, my job ain't paying me enough. I gotta get out of this. Nah, man, the more you embrace the hell that you catching, the more you showing that you have that faith. It's like a brother catching all types of hell, but he looking like he don't have a care in the world. He don't even care. He's just like he in that I ain't worried about nothing. Basically, that I trust in the Lord. Yeah, well, he gonna deliver me out of all of that.
Yeah, he gonna provide. So believing that he is and such.
God, that just shows that faith. To give a worldly example, a guy might be in a let's say a physical fight or whatever. Let's say a boxing match. Let's say he's losing the match the whole time, but he don't have he doesn't have a worried look on his face. He still has that confidence. So he has that faith that he's gonna overcome at the end. And that's the same way brothers gotta be. We fighting, but we have to have that spirit where we know at the end we're gonna overcome.
Right. Exactly. That's right. So we got that victory. Do Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Shai. Get Sirach chapter 2 and 2 and read on down to around dang man 6 2 to 6 8 man, it's just crazy. All right, let's read
this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Right. Hasn't we been put in a lower state? Been put in Shawwah. All right. We in this lowest condition right now. Being by Shawwah in hell. All right. This lowest state in which we're in. Being subject unto vanity. Being obviously subject unto payments. We got cruel Lord. We got all these wicked demons, heathen ruling over us. We got to deal with 2/3 of our own nations. Yahweh Shai had to deal with these different things and stuff. Yahweh Shai, some brothers have been homeless and such, not having basically a sure place to lay their head and such. Yahweh Shai had to deal with that. All right, we be as what, pilgrims on earth. Yahweh Shai had to do all that. All right. We live in literally walking the walk of the past apostles, the disciples, because we are those same men coming back, finishing our course, making it to the finish line. Okay, we got to make it to the final finish line, which at the end there's the crown. Okay, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, so Yahweh Shai gonna get us. We gonna wake up, do Yahweh Shai, and we gonna get there, do Yahweh Shai, and we gonna get crowned and rewarded, do Yahweh Shai. And make it to Yahweh, the Most High, and be all with him on to the end. Okay.
the scriptures, compare, this walk as a marathon. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
A lot of guys they come out the gate sprinting.
Yeah.
They come out the gate sprinting and they tire out and they eventually give up. You gotta just jog through this thing. Really take it day by day. And just walking in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Yeah, I tell you that the just shall live by faith. And so we of course had that faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua that we're gonna make it through. He's gonna provide. Okay, for those that call upon Him, that in truth worship Him in wisdom and wisdom, knowledge, understanding, it's in the spirit of truth. Okay, the Lord protecting us, through obviously the things He promised unto us. Okay, you have to actually have hope in what is written. You have to believe that what is written is true, that the Lord is not a man that He should lie. Okay, He gonna wipe away these tears at the end. There ain't gonna be no more death, no more sorrow, no more crying. No pain, for the former things is gonna be passed away. All right. So there's a great, remember, if we joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, okay, we gonna be up on high. Okay, so it's important for you to be meek and walk the path in which the Lord set. As it says, the servant is not greater than his Lord. So he gotta go through the same things. Okay, why not? He dealeth with us as sons. He chastising us and such. All right. You got anything else? All right. So yeah, just going through the spirit flowing, do this Ruach HaKodesh. Whatever the spirit brought out. Hopefully this was edifying. To the elect. All right. That's all we care about is the election. Those that are predestined to receive this, the mark of exemption, to obviously be able to hear these words of encouragement through the Comforter. Okay. The spirit within His scriptures. All right. Of course, got Yahweh Shai, breathing this wisdom, knowledge, understanding on us, bringing Rapayim, healing, Allah, Nawa, to our hearts, Nawayim, all right, to be able to walk and have life again, and ultimately we being beamed up and having that perfection. Okay, so keep striving, Akim, and hold and cleave onto, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you're gonna be increased. All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises on glory to
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Ruach HaKodesh.
Infinite honor and praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua Bashem Ruach HaKodesh. All right, our magnificent, wonderful power. Our Redeemer. All right, our Lord. Okay. That's what's that? Ratazal Yawan, I believe. I gotta look it up again. And then our going into our Redeemer, and there's another word I was going to, but Slocky, I'm gonna have to go and get it. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Here, hold this real quick. Oh, Taza Warrior. Taza War Nawa, which is our strength, and then Wa, which would be and Ga'al, which is my Redeemer, but to say it for it'll be Ga'al Nawa, our Redeemer. Okay, that's important. We all redeemed and bought, back, so. We got to keep enduring and believing. So with that, we gonna say shalom. Shalom. Yep. I had to go into something else.